Rebels Report, Cody Janzen, and Seth Fairholm for this one. Buddy, let's just jump into how you got into lacrosse. Obviously, it's not the most popular sport in Canada, but again, I assume you've been playing for a fair amount of time now.
Uh, yeah, how I got in, I was just born and raised in Westlock, and when I was young, they had a team, and my one buddy, old friend actually from school played, and I don't know, he thought it was fun, so when I was young, I started in Tyke and just in Westlock, and started from there from my buddies playing.
Did you have like an NLL team or player that you looked up to?
I always liked the Rush because they're from Edmonton, and then when they moved to Saskatoon, but I've always liked Mark Matthews. I've kind of classic, but yeah, I've got a jersey from him, and yeah,
Pretty easy to cheer for the guy who gets 4 goals a game.
yeah.
This is going to be seen by some, people who aren't typically lacrosse fans. Describe it to, people who have never seen a game. Why should they come out? Why is it a sport that, fans will enjoy?
Well, it's probably, I think, one of the roughest sports there is, and interesting how the game setup actually is, and I think it'd be obviously it's interesting to watch because there's so much going on at one time, and just probably the physicality would be the most interesting to watch.
So I want to go back to the draft, and I know you affiliate with the Rebels as well, which I think is just a weird system. You can affiliate, then you got to be drafted after. But for you and even for other guys, are everyone kind of thinking in the back of the head of the whispers going on like, just get me to Fort Saskatchewan. I just want to play in Fort because of the fans and stuff like that. Or do you guys really not care so much about that? Because I think when I look at tier 1 markets, I mean, Fort probably averages the most fans in all of junior lacrosse in Alberta, maybe all lacrosse in Alberta outside of the NLL.
Yeah, going back to the draft, I was mostly about the organization and how everything, the actual people here. For me, it didn't really matter on how um, how the fans or anything like that was. For me, it was just I need a good core, and then go from there. Like the coaching's good, everybody there is good, and it didn't really matter to me. But I was just and also because we had uh, we have a good team and people, good players there and stuff, and it was just for me. It was that's where I want to go.
Totally fair there. So when you started affiliating with the Rebels and stuff, I believe that was in 2019, right? That was the North Finals year. And
Yeah.
then the Larry Bishop in Red Deer. So what vets really kind of took you under their wing? Who was one of the guys or two of the guys who really showed you the ropes a little bit?
Uh, mm, I'd like to there was all of them all supporting every single one of them guys. Were all for it and loved say being having me around, and it was all good. But Ethan Ang, we talked quite a bit about offense and different things, what to do, and um, just stuff like that. And because he's an old guy, and he, I don't know, kind of showed me the not the ways, but just the way they run their stuff and everything like that. And then Christian Searson kind of was just always the guy to hang around, and if he needed like any explanations or anything like that, it was just hey Christian, what do we do here? And he'd tell us. So he was kind of the big the
So pretty
main.
much if you're being a drill record, Christian was the one to set you straight.
Yeah, that's the one. You want to learn how to break shafts and kill guys, you talk to him.
Hey, when I brought up the North Finals there as well, obviously, you're affiliating, you're a part of that team. That must have been pretty special to see that, because some of those games against the Crude in Fort Sask, I mean, that's an environment that you won't even see if you're playing hockey or anything in around the Edmonton area.
Oh yeah, it's all absolutely crazy seeing 1,000 people pack in that building and just it's it's crazy. It was definitely an experience I'll never forget.
I want to dive into Seth Fairholm a little bit more. I want to know what makes you you. What's your pregame routine? What are you doing? What are you sticking to? What are you eating?
Um, well, I for me it's just I don't know. I eat 4 hours before the game, usually pasta or something full of carbs, carb load a little bit, and then I bring some like granola bars, bananas to the game, and show up on time. Go hour and 15, hour and a half before the game, and from there it's kind of just focus in. Usually the first one on the floor for lights, so I just have my time on the floor, and then everybody else can come out whenever they want. But usually, if warm ups at 6:30, I'm out there at 6:25 just so I can have that 5 minutes. But that's usually the I have an hour drive, so it's still gotta pump up the tunes and get cranked up a little bit. But yeah, that's basically it.
Are you a big music guy?
Yeah, yeah.
What what's on the playlist then pregame?
Um, for me, usually on the way to the game, it's some old '80s rock, like Motley Crue, all that other stuff, good stuff. But when we get in the dressing room, I don't know, whatever they play doesn't matter to me. I'm already had my
What's in the dressing room?
usually what was that?
Who's got the aux cord? Who's playing the tunes in the dressing room?
Usually Carter Albrecht. Yeah.
Could have guessed that one. Who's the
Yeah.
dressing room clown this year? Who's one guy who's keeping the mood light?
Definitely Ethan Peterson. Definitely there. Yeah.
Soccer there.
No.
Okay, so you kind of brought up your pregame routine. You're getting on at certain times. Are you superstitious or what? We got some superstitions we can get out there.
No. No.
Nothing will tell the world at least.
No, I don't know, it's just kind of what I do. I don't know.
So we've got the North Tournament coming up here. Obviously, it's a bunch of playoff games jam packed into 1 week, pretty much. Who do you think is your biggest rivalry this year? Obviously, now you've played against most of these kids, you've seen most of these teams and stuff. Obviously, I mean, you're not going to be chucking them with every team. But who's one team out there who you're like, I can't wait to play against them in playoffs?
I think I think the most like the biggest rivalry is probably mm, I don't know. Probably it's tight between the Crude and the Warriors. I don't know. They both of them.
I figured you weren't going to say the SWAT or the Outlaws, so I was hoping you'd end up choosing one. That
Well,
when you look at that playoffs, it's a week long. We haven't had legitimate lacrosse games, regular season games in almost 2 years. It feels like. What's it going to be like for you? I mean, you're playing 5+ games in a stretch of a week. How do you prepare for that?
I say uh, it's all meant for me. It's all mentally, and you gotta prepare your bodies. Like if you're sore, you gotta put ice, rest it, whatever. You gotta eat proper. Gotta just all control ourselves and prepare ourselves, and I think we'll do just fine.
Stay away from those late nights at pots. That'll help.
Yeah, get away from the old
I
brewing.
got one more for you. What would it mean to win something? Obviously, it's been a rough past year and a half, 2 years for every athlete. It's sucked. You're sitting at home. You're not really able to play the sport you love. You're not able to do the things you love. And now you got a chance to, compete in the North playoffs and actually win something in front of the home crowd in meaningful games again. So what would it mean for you, for the team, for the guys to be able to pull something like that off?
Oh, it'd be pretty sweet, obviously, because we've done it. Like I've had the experience to do it once, and um, it'd be definitely sweet. Wouldn't mind another, but um, like I said, we just got to stick to our plans, stick to everybody getting their head in the game, and definitely got a good shot to pull this off.
Seth, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me out.